Welcome back. This is your Feel Good Breakfast show on this Friday. Thanks for spending some time with us during this national lockdown. We really do appreciate your company. Now let's talk aging. Getting older is a real pain. It's a pain in the neck, in the knees, in the back, and even the feet sometimes. And aging is inevitable. And as we get older, unfortunately, we do start experiencing pain in parts of our bodies that we never thought we could. And now being cooped up in isolation, things can only get worse. And that's why we brought in pain specialist, Dr. Shay Venter, to answer some question about how best to deal with pain as we age. We appreciate you once again being here.
Thank you.
Dr. Venter. And one would think that aren't we supposed to be getting better with time, better with age, like a fine wine, but pain is inevitable, and it gets worse and worse. Why is that?
Yeah, well, as we age, there are lots of degenerative processes that happen.
Mm-hmm.
So your cartilaginous structures start deteriorating, your muscle bulk starts diminishing. So normally our muscles are able to support our joints, able to support the cartilaginous structures, but when those start deteriorating, we start developing a lot of aches and pains in a lot of our dependent joints, particularly necks, back, knees, things that we need to use on a daily basis.
Fingers, there we go.
Yeah.
So what are some of the more common kinds of pains that we see as we age?
Yeah, so mostly degenerative, as I've already mentioned. So osteoarthritis, and then in women, unfortunately, more predisposed to things like osteoporosis. And then, as I've mentioned, so lower back pain and then complications related to that, neck pain, knee pain. And so most older patients need to then have knee replacements, hip replacements, and possibly back surgery.
If we take it back to your younger days, because obviously now it happens and you pretty much can't avoid it, is it something that you can almost postpone while you're younger by doing certain things, exercising more, eating healthier, so that the onset of these or the potential of that onset is postponed much, much further into your
Degeneration is inevitable, but as you've mentioned, exercise is incredibly important. Some exercises do promote, like for instance, running will promote knee problems in the long run. But if you do have a general, if your baseline is really good, it will definitely delay the onset of these degenerative conditions. Also making sure that you're healthy, because a lot of other comorbid problems like hypertension, diabetes, high cholesterol, predisposes you to other organ problems that do bring about the more speedy onset of aging and the degeneration that goes with it. So having a healthy diet, exercise is important to prevent this. Absolutely. Unfortunately, there is no magic pill, otherwise,
So now that we are focusing on, you would be absolutely rich. Let's talk about focusing on isolation, which is a time that we're in right now, national lockdown. Treating these more common types of pains that you're likely to experience as an older person at home, what tips do you have? Yeah,
so if you're uncertain, as I've mentioned before, it is important to seek medical advice, and that is possible, so it's not impossible. So GPs, other specialists are available telephonically for urgent cases. If you do have chronic forms of pain, ensure that your scripts are up to date for at least 3 months or 3 to 6 months, and we are providing that service as well. Again, eating healthily, trying to exercise. So with exercise, you increase your dopamine, your serotonin, that improves your body's ability to modulate pain. So exercise can be difficult during this time. However, things like home-based exercise programs, there are lots of things on the web, Pilates, just to continue to improve your condition and not decondition. A lot of us are quite fit, and with this, it is quite frustrating, and it will actually accentuate your experience of pain. So exercise, eating healthily, doing things that you can do, whatever you can do within the household.
Quick little side question. Cold therapy has been quite trendy of late. People talking about getting into an ice bath, taking a cold shower, maybe even a cold bath. Would things like that, using temperature to regulate your body, help with pain regulation?
Yeah, so it will depend on the type of pain. So with acute pain, cold definitely is advocated.
Acute pain meaning?
Acute pain, so if you've had a recent injury or you've stubbed your toe or you perhaps do have underlying gout, for instance, and now there's an acute flare-up, cold has been proven to be beneficial. And then heat more with your chronic types of pain, like chronic osteoarthritis pain. So heat and cold definitely does play a role. With chronic pain, things are slightly more complicated because some patients might respond to heat and some might respond to cold better. So to see what works for you. But in general, with acute pain, cold. With more chronic pain, pain lasting for longer than 4 weeks, heat has been definitely proven to be beneficial.
Dr. Venter, thank you very much.
It's a pleasure.
Of course, in these trying times, we have called on the greatest army on earth, our healthcare professionals, to come to our defense and rescue. And today, keep in mind these brave individuals putting their own lives at risk for all of us, and we acknowledge them for their courage and exceptional service. In fact, Adcock Ingram OTC have created a platform to do exactly this with sponsors of Brave. So you can nominate your pharmacist or your healthcare professional now by going to news24.com or to partners.24.com/sponsors of Brave.